Well, what we can tell you right now is in the overnight developments. I was here till well past midnight last night. This is now a terror incident. What we were expecting to be announced has in fact been announced. So that's a big story over here, that this is a terror incident, as a result of which so many people, the rough number being more than 9 people, have lost their lives in a blast which was triggered over here near the Red Fort, right next to Chandni Chowk at after 6:30 p.m. last night. There has also been very significant progress which has been made by investigators in tracking down the owner of the vehicle. There was one person they tracked down. That person was later identified as having sold the vehicle, a Hyundai i20 in which the bomb was placed, to another individual. Finally, of course, that vehicle, the owner of the vehicle, was tracked to somebody in Pulwama. So, in initial investigation, there was a person named Tariq who was seen to be potentially at one stage the owner of the vehicle. He had sold the car to somebody called Amir, and then Amir had ultimately given it to somebody called Umar. So Umar is the key sort of link over here. Dr. Umar Mohammed from Pulwama in South Kashmir, and it is believed that this Dr. Umar Mohammed is directly linked to the same module which was arrested by the police yesterday and over the last few days, which was in Faridabad, in potentially parts of Gujarat as well, and were clearly seen to be linked to this dreadful attack. So it's on the basis of finding out who owned the car that police were able to make a link to Pulwama and the owner of the vehicle. The owner of the vehicle is somebody called Dr. Umar Mohammed from Pulwama, and that Dr. Umar Mohammed, they've been able to link to the Faridabad investigation. Remember, in that Faridabad investigation yesterday, they were able to recover approximately 2.9 tons of explosives, weapons-grade material from the house of a Dr. Shakil in the Faridabad area. So there are lots of loose ends which are now becoming a lot more clear. There appears to be a plot. This is seen to be the Jaish-e-Mohammed at work. There have been several sections linked to terrorism which have been invoked.
Vishnu, meanwhile, are forensic teams still collecting evidence at this hour? And also, given the blast proximity to Red Fort, which is a heavily monitored zone, are there any early CCTV leads?
Well, there is some CCTV footage which has come in, and that CCTV footage actually shows a vehicle, the vehicle which had the explosive, the i20, move into this area. It was in a parking lot for a couple of hours shortly after 3 p.m. Yesterday afternoon. At a certain stage, it moved out. It was headed towards central Delhi. You could get to central Delhi by passing through this area. And it does appear that the module which was connected to the module which was working with the Faridabad associates of the Faridabad module were those who may have been in that vehicle and had triggered the blast when it passed this very busy area. I am only just about 15 feet or 20 feet away from the primary entry to Chandni Chowk, which is over there. So Chandni Chowk is where you can actually enter in this entire area, very, very busy. And to my right, you can actually see the lights of the Red Fort. And so this is exactly where it is. And right behind me is where the blast has taken place. What has changed over the last 6 hours or so is that they've put a screen across that entire area. The vehicles which were destroyed in the blast are behind that screen, and they've pushed us, the media, back by about 15 to 20 feet. So there is some CCTV footage which shows the movement of this particular vehicle. But in case our viewers have just joined us now, the big breaking news is that this is now officially a terror investigation on the basis of the various charges which have been leveled. And we've got a lot more detail which I'll share with you, but just in terms of the information that we can share with you at this stage, in terms of the charges themselves, various sections of UAPA have been invoked. That's the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, in addition to other sections specific to terrorism.